podcast should
Hey,
be
there
rocking
it
and rolling
goes.
now. Hey. All right. So, overall, we've got the talking points today, I think, right? Unless there's anything you want to add to the sheet as I roll us in.
I mean, I'll be adding stuff as I see fit.
That's fair. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fourth Line Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Wad, joined today, as always, by Greg Evil, Smokin' Jay Cutler, and Silver Tarandis. How are we doing this week, guys?
Yo, yo, yo. Honestly, it's not been a bad week.
Yeah, there you go.
I
do
am
like-
mentally exhausted.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Can you edit a cigarette into my cat's mouth too, actually, please?
Damn.
I need one of those.
That
You
bad
need
of a
one?
week?
I need something, man.
All right, I'll do my best with the power of editing. It might be really bad. But we'll...
It's just gonna be a line.
Sorry, I don't have
Like a
any.
candy cigarette.
I don't have any more. This is my last cigarette.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, gotta go spend $30 on that next pack.
Been smoking the same
No,
cigarette
because
for the
I don't
past
live
10
in New
years.
York.
Oh, that's true. It's a New York thing. Right. High taxes, no palm trees. That's why nobody plays in Buffalo. I mean, what?
Oh, that hurts my soul. I just thought about yesterday's draft.
He's so happy. No, he's smiling now. We're good.
Well, yeah, he's smiling because
It only
he
took him
realized
20
he...
minutes.
Hey. He's smiling because we also got rid of Connor Clifton today.
He was frowning because he realized he wasn't going to Disney. That's the difference between pick 9 and
Oh.
pick 10. Pick 9 has to go to the
He's
Buffalo
going-
Sabres.
He's
Then
going
pick
to high
got to go
taxes
to
and
Disney.
no palm trees.
No, time out. The Ducks picked up Roger McQueen. If he doesn't wear the number 95, I'm going to be rioting. And I hope
Is that
everybody's
actually
being
his
joined.
name?
Dude, that's
Roger
dope.
McQueen. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's
He
why
does
they
have to
sent
wear
him.
95.
I didn't
He
realize
has
that.
to.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
Yeah,
it
they
doesn't-
just
it-
sent him to Disney to take pictures of, Lightning McQueen
I thought it was a
for
jab at the
nothing.
fact that
I mean-
that our guy was literally frowning.
I cannot wait to play for the
I cannot
Buffalo
wait to play.
Sabres.
You guys look like such a great organization,
All right.
and I will bring it to the New Devils.
Let's get out of
You know
the
what? He will
NHL.
bring it to new levels once he leaves.
Let's
Exactly.
get
Out of the NHL
Yeah,
into the
NHL.
SMJHL.
There we go. All right, guys. It has been exactly 10 business days, so I've got a lot of work cut out for me tonight. Let's take a look at this past week of Sims. We've gone through. We've had a lot of games, fellas. The teams are placed after what is it, roughly 13, 14 games? Is everyone
11 to 14.
Let me preface this,
11 to
everybody.
14?
We are recording this an hour before the Saturday stream, so
Yes,
we're not caught up yet.
The very rare Saturday stream, which I've got some fun things to talk about that here in a little bit. But as we look at the leaderboard, is everyone placed where we thought they would be?
No, we should
Honestly,
be
I
higher.
yeah, maybe.
I'm shocked that QCC's on top. Not gonna lie.
I'm existing somewhere on that table.
Yeah, you're down at lucky number 13.
Yeah. Oh God, unlucky number if you ask me.
But hold on. The funny
it could be
thing-
worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. You
It
could be
could
San
be worse.
Diego.
Yeah, good old San Diego.
Good old
Yeah.
Thunder Bay 2.0.
Let's not get too
Thun-
excited here, gentlemen.
Listen, I was really hoped that your guys' team would have been first throughout this week because
Yeah.
I've been wanting to make the
Well-
comparison, and I was gonna say you guys went from being a Magic heart, and then you guys evolved into a Gyarados.
Oh, that's a fun thing that you
No,
get to do
we
again this
can't-
season.
We can't copy
Yeah.
Great Falls' run, We can't do that.
Yeah.
That's
So
That's their shtick.
where's the first?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they're still crushing it, which is even more insane. Wait, hold on.
We'll see when playoffs hit. because
Wad, where is this spreadsheet, or where are these pictures coming from, and how are they being put on the screen? Because I definitely saw.
I just saw it too. I just saw it too.
Can we get rid of these slideshow?
Yeah, I just saw it too.
Wait, what did I miss?
Nothing. Don't worry about
Nothing.
it.
That'll be a post.
Yeah,
Post.
I'm gonna have to.
podcast.
Shit.
Let's just say Wad has some editing he has to do for about 4 seconds on the screen.
Fantastic. Great.
What's it
But
up
no,
here?
No, it's actually worse in some aspect.
Yeah, it's something we'll
Um,
talk about a little bit later.
so you asked how our teams are doing versus how we expected, and
How
I
were
brought up
your team doing?
3. Colorado
Yeah,
is
let's start from the
crushing it.
bottom. Oh,
Oh, I want to start from the top.
oh, you want to start from
'Cause
the top?
I,
Okay.
I think the bottom of that conference is a special place. Um, and I think the Southern Conference again is going to be 2 teams crushing it,
Yep.
6 teams not crushing it, or 5 teams not crushing it, and 1 team just awful.
Yep.
One team in the bottom.
Colorado, yeah. They're higher than what we placed them.
Oh, I think I had them like 14th or 15th, and they're currently sitting at technically first in the conference based on points, or points
Mhm.
percentage. Like,
Yeah, but they still have less points than St. Louis. So
well, yeah, but points percentage is it means just it
I
factors in
think
the
that
whole
we
fact
I
they
think we
played one
called
less game.
them half a game behind.
Yeah, that would be
Something
technically half
like
a game
that.
behind. But like, yeah, I think I had them finishing like 7th in the conference, and they're fighting for the conference title.
Non-believer. Shame
Yeah,
the
100%. I
non-believer.
mean, on paper, I thought that team just did not, and that team has players I love, like Severins, Savoy are both on there. I just didn't think they had good goalies, and you got Mr. Kick Save over here at 8-0-1 with a sub 900
Damn.
save percentage and over 3 goals against.
Hmm.
Like, his stats are better than last season when he was the backup, but he's still like, I think I got FHM up over here. He is not even top 10 in any category except for wins. Wait.
I mean, I would want to be in that top 10 category in all honesty.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. But I think whatever's going on with him, his build it just has to be perfect, cuz I don't even think he's
Mm-hmm.
he's in his 3rd season, so he should be a 425.
Mhm.
He's kind of killing it, and he's got a team around him that's making the not greatest goalie out there, but they're still averaging 5 points or 5 goals a game, so he doesn't need to be perfect.
Right, yeah.
And they've scored 1 power play goal. That's actually like QCC last year level.
Yeah, that's crazy. Kelowna though, thought they'd be a little bit higher this season. Not gonna lie, I thought they would have been, a little closer to the top of this list.
Wow, didn't you upset them?
Yeah, actually we did. Hold on, let me see if I could find the results. It might be, oh goodness, I might not be able to find them.
I got you, fam.
You've got, oh no, there it is. 6-2. Anchorage ended up beating Kelowna.
Yeah, Kelowna's not doing as good.
I mean, they're not scoring like they were last season.
No, they're also allowing more goals than last season.
Yeah. That they are.
I'm just looking. I gotta remember how to do things on this site, and it's gonna make me sad because I don't have.
Thank you for pulling the projector down, Wad.
Yeah, sorry,
You
it gets
guys
stuck
recording
every
now?
now and then. But when I'm taking a look at the league right now, kind of like you said earlier, the South Conference is going to be a battle between the same 2 teams for probably the foreseeable future, and then the Northern Conference is really where all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
I think I may have found what might be part of the issue with Kelowna. Linus Oli he has gone inactive. So going into the season, who should have been their best goalie is like a 4th-year goalie is now inactive, so they have to play them less.
Yeah.
So they're forced to play Yuri Satoshi, who's not doing awful. 901 save percentage, so that'd be a top 10 save percentage. 360 goals against, so that'd be just outside top 10. I mean, he should theoretically be doing good. Problem is, he doesn't have money, so he literally cannot get more TPE right now.
Oh.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of it.
he is a bit broke at minus 1.1 mil.
Oh,
So, but yeah, like they got upset. I think it's safe to say upset by Anchorage. Their loss. I'm just
Who
looking
was
at
the
their loss.
goalie that game?
Ooh, good question. That was Satoshi.
Satoshi. Okay, so
Allowed 6 goals, including one with 1 second left to play in the game, just to salt
Ooh.
in the wound. But like their wins, they have some quality wins too. Like they beat Colorado.
Mhm.
They're one of I think Colorado's 2 losses on the season.
Mhm.
They barely beat Thunder Bay 3-0 or 3-2. They beat Anchorage at home 3-0, and then proceeded to get stomped stomped by Anchorage on the road 6-2.
Mhm.
Vancouver's got them beaten twice this season. I mean, they're definitely not where we expect them to be. I know, and it could be partially just with the players. It could be, dare I throw him under the bus and say Patrick Rail's inaugural season as GM. A little bit of the growing pains, learning the ropes, but I
Yeah.
know he did well in juniors, in WJC, so I doubt it's that.
Mhm.
I think just losing your best goalie to inactivity and being forced to play him, significantly less. I think that's kind
that's
of
what hurts the team a lot there.
hurting them.
Because your defenseman can do everything possible, but if you just have a goalie who's not at the rate of where you need them to be to match well with the defense, you're just going to see goals after goals in that situation.
There's only so much you can do.
Right, exactly. And that's the unfortunate part about it is, I mean, we see players go inactive all the time. Well, not all the time, but some of the time in the league. But this is one where it is drastically
Killer.
different. Yeah, this is an absolute killer because Kelowna last season were an absolute
Menace
demon.
to everyone.
Monster.
Going unbeaten through the entire right side of the playoff bracket to lose in the finals in a very close series. I mean, overall, if you're Kelowna, you're just hoping that you're essentially your backup keeper can fill in the boots of the now ghosted first line keeper or starting keeper, I should say.
Notes for myself: ask Patrick what's going on over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the rest of the conference, Smalls, it's your conference. Go ahead and chat it up.
I was just gonna go on to the next team.
Okay, fair. Go ahead.
Yum. I mean, yeah, they're exactly where what we thought they were gonna be. They've had some bad losses, but they've also had some good wins.
They are who we thought they were.
Yeah.
Frauds?
No,
I
that's
wouldn't
the
say
Cardinals.
that.
Wait, we
That's
lost to
the
them.
Cardinals.
Oh, might be.
The Cardinals head coach said that about the Bears defense.
You got me looking up all these players that I want to see if they're inactive. Oh, he is.
Let's skip on to the next team after Yum. Vancouver.
You know, I actually expected Vancouver to be in this position. So I might have brought it up in one of the last episodes, but overall, I'm not at Vancouver anymore, which is something that has already been very well known in the league. But not only did I leave Vancouver, a lot of our starting players got pulled up into the SHL because of the expansion draft. We ended up losing 3 very important players, and it ended up shaking up Vancouver to a point where we knew that it was not a smart idea to hold on to a lot of our higher-rated players and to try and trade them out just so that Vancouver could get some good picks in the upcoming rounds.
Expansion draft was not in the SMJHL. That was Minnesota.
Correct.
That was the SHL.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Draft.
Right. We had players that got pulled up to their main teams because of the expansion draft.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I missed the correlation between Fire Shawnee and their Fire Shawnee performance.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this is relatively where I expected Vancouver to be. If it were not for the draft or the expansion draft of the SHL, a lot of our players would have stayed. I think I would have stayed as well. and we would be much higher up the table, probably challenging the top 3. But this is relatively where we expected them to be. I know Vancouver pulled in some really good rookie talent, and hopefully these rookies can actually bring Vancouver a little bit more success. I would like to see Vancouver stay top of the table. They seem to be a high mid-table team overall right now, and I hope they stay that way.
They have
Yeah.
the same issue that you guys or that UConn's having and Kelowna's having. Their best goalies from last season are all inactive.
Yeah,
Tyler,
that was
Tyler Yakimo, who I brought in on the World Juniors team,
Mm.
who did better than Tyler Bodega in terms of record.
Yep, he's gone
Um,
inactive.
He's now inactive with a 909 save percentage.
Yeah,
Like
which
he's their
Damn.
best goalie,
which
And
hurts a
he's-
lot because Vancouver, one of our best players who was goalkeeper, they got called up to the SHL. They had one more season left on the team, and then they were going to. I know Shawnee was saying something about because Tyler had already gone inactive, and we had already known about it. He let Shawnee know, but he had already gone inactive, so we were going to look into pulling up a goalkeeper. Now I don't know what the Vancouver plan is anymore. I've been a little out of the loop there. Besides the weekly ping I get from Shawnee to say he misses me in the
Aw.
server. Yeah, I know. I will always have a special place in my heart for Vancouver, but I'm leaving it all out on the ice whenever we have to play each other.
God,
which
have
I
you
don't
guys
think
played
is-
each other yet?
I think we've played each other once, and Anchorage got dog walked.
I mean, I think. I mean, that's a whole separate can of worms, sadly, over there.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, you didn't get dog walked. You 4-1 loss,
it
but
wasn't
your team's
horrible,
been
but it
doing
was
better after or later on in the sim week after some things were.
Yeah, we'll talk about ANC in just a little bit here. But moving on from Vancouver down to the Battleborn, and I'm gonna group Nevada and Detroit in at the same. Now I don't
Where
know.
are we? Oh, sorry, what are we looking at? I'm looking at conferences, and I just realized
No,
you
we're
guys
looking
are
at
not
league.
looking at conferences.
We're looking at league right now.
We're looking at
overall.
league.
I'm like, we're bouncing all over the place. It's hurting my brain.
I wanna kind of group Nevada and Detroit into the same bundle here because this is roughly where I thought they would both be at this
Yeah.
point in the season because it's been a little bit of back and forth. I didn't pay attention too much to Detroit last season, but I remember in our rookie season they were bottom of the table down there with the Moots. So to see them kind of taking actually just about mid-table with Nevada. Both teams look to be doing okay. Like I'm looking at Detroit right now, and they're 6-6. Nevada is also
Detroit
6-6.
ended the season last year at 10th.
At 10th. Yeah, so they're about where they should be in comparison to
So-
where they were
Yeah.
last.
And I know we now have to take this with a grain of salt because this number means absolutely nothing.
Oh, absolutely.
The using the average TPE of the teams,
Mm.
man, nobody is where they belong. I was just looking at this and I'm like, Vancouver's 15th. Oh, hey, they're 7th. Where was it? San Diego. Well, we haven't gotten to them yet, but like UConn
Mhm.
is 14th. They're up in 6th. Kelowna is actually fell, or I'm sorry, they're second. They're at least hanging close.
Yeah.
But then it's like Colorado's 11th and they're sitting 1 point out of first.
Right.
It's just
Who's first for TPE?
we haven't gotten to them yet.
Okay.
We'll get to them.
We also haven't gotten to number 2 or number 3 in average TPE.
Correct. And there's something to be said about that. And
Or
I'll have some things to
we
say.
did talk about number. Or we haven't. Well, we kind of talked about number 4. But yeah, the top 3 in average TPE are not in the top 10
Yeah.
this season.
crazy.
Speaking of number 10, let's take a look at
It's-
Carolina. 2 seasons ago, they went and they won it all, and now a lot of their players have graduated from the J League going up to the main league. So you're kind of seeing the after effect there of, I don't want to say they're falling off because they have a currently winning record for games played. They actually have, they're tied with Newfoundland for the least amount of games played in the league right now, that being 11. But they're currently sitting 6-5, which is not bad overall, but they could be doing a little bit better. I know they had some promising promising rookies come in the draft. I think they had, what was it?
They must have lost some people because they were 4th last season.
Right, and to see them sitting here in 10th, it tells me that they lost a significant amount of people. So here's to hoping that they can kind of claw back with the rookies they have.
Mm-hmm. And then good old Piss Ice.
Good old Piss Ice
It's
Thunder Bay.
ice.
Blitzen, tell us what's going on in the Thunder Bay locker
Hey,
room right now.
you know what? Time out.
Ooh.
Good job. You guys are doing so much better from last season.
You guys
We're on the
have
side.
beat you. You
6
almost
more
beat your
wins.
record. 6 more wins, and you beat your record
All
from
right.
last season.
I'm gonna say it. There's a league-wide conspiracy to keep Thunder Bay down.
Yeah.
Oh, you really think
We
that?
have evidence this time that it happened.
You sound like Tyler
Before
Bush
Oh, yeah?
before the week 1 games, it was found out that not all of the Thunder Bay players had their changes from the preseason go through.
Oh.
Was
And
that
that's
just
why-
a Thunder Bay
That's
issue, or
why
was that
no,
other teams?
this was multiple teams, but it was most prevalent within Thunder Bay. And that is why the day 2 sims were canceled. It wasn't just tech issues, it was the league trying to cover up, and no, they were actually just having issues with getting the stuff over from the site.
No, I like
It's all
your
fixed
idea better.
now, but it's a league-wide conspiracy. You hear me?
Maybe your
We're
GM
taking
should
this-
have planned better.
We're taking this all the way to HO, baby.
There you go. I mean, overall,
Why don't you guys just sit out this season and go on strike?
Let's go on strike for the season. We'll just play in the playoffs. That's it. We'll
There
go
you
0
go.
and 66.
0-66
Well,
win it all in
6
playoffs.
6-60, sir.
True. Well, yeah. Now we'd have to go 6 and 60, but still.
So, quick question for you.
Yeah.
How is everything going on in the locker room there at Thunder Bay? Because it seems like there's a huge. I don't want to say it's a huge revival, but you guys are doing way better than last season.
Honestly, the vibes are pretty good. We just brought in a couple of new folk. We brought in was it Henrik and Bauer. We ended up trading off Leon Dusty and Jack Ryan. Both of them kind of went inactive, so we picked up some new players from
Well,
Newfoundland.
one major. You guys got KJ Daniels.
And as you can see, it's worked out really well for us because we are not in 8th place, and Newfoundland is. So I think the trade has worked out in our favor so far.
See, he's used to just being the only goalie, so you guys don't even need a backup.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, jumping down from Thunder Bay, a team that's kind of surprised me, Maine. Oh boy, where do we start with Maine? Because over the past 2 seasons,
That's where they deserve to be.
Maine,
more like Hain.
Maine, more like lame. Am I right? No,
Got
but in all
him.
seriousness, you would think that Maine would be doing so much better. Same case with Carolina, who did well last season. Maine did pretty okay last season. They must have lost a lot of good players, either to the expansion draft or just to player promotion. But it's
Should I check the goalies again and see if it's the same case as everyone else?
yeah. If you want to check that, while I
That
just want
couldn't
to talk
hurt.
about it a little bit.
So
But when it comes
Yeah.
to Maine, even if it is a goalie issue, they had, or at least should still have, enough good players to continue to push them forward. So the fact that they're sitting in 12th right now is a little concerning.
So what it sounds like to me is the reason why Great Falls is doing so well is because they have 2 goalies that are active.
2 active goalies at max TPE. I agree.
Yeah.
And now
they do not have an inactive goalie. They actually do have like solid goalies. They're actually the 3rd best tandem. Only behind Thunder Bay and Great Falls.
So maybe it's
Um,
just a question of tactics, lines, player TPE overall. Actually, do you have that spreadsheet open to see where Maine is in average TPE?
12th. But
Okay, so exactly where they
they are
should
where
be.
they should be.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
So yeah, all
but
right,
their
maybe.
goalie. So here's the thing. I'm looking at their stats, and it's like their forwards are ranked 13th, defensemen are ranked 14th.
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, let's first thing. Their starting goalie Travis Coates is 4-5-1 with a 5.06 goals against.
Oh.
1 shutout somehow in those 10 games. Their backup George Dansk, who is not an active goalie.
Mhm.
6 games played, only 1-1. So I'm kind of confused. He must have jumped in 4 games that Travis got pulled from.
Maybe.
2.89 goals against and a 927 save percentage. It suddenly makes me wonder why you're not using Coates over or Dansk over Coates.
Mhm.
I'm looking at their stats. Coates might be inactive or going inactive because I looked him up. Unless I'm getting my names mixed up. He has. Oh wait, I might have just uncovered something maybe. Uh, circle back.
Circle back. Okay. I want to, for now, I want to skip over Anchorage because we're going to talk about Anchorage here a lot in just a couple of minutes. And I want to jump down to Ottawa, Newfoundland. We're going to kind of put the two of them together for this one.
No,
because
I do not want to. I
No,
want
I
to
don't
talk
think
about
we will.
Ottawa.
Okay, go for it.
Ottawa has beat St. Louis twice this season.
Twice.
Are they your 2 losses? Or 2 of your 3?
So let's look at this. We lost in overtime to them, and then they beat us 7-4. They are sandbagging. They're trying to get the number 1 overall pick, and they're just fucking with St. Louis because we eliminated last season.
I mean, I fuck
That's
with
how you do the
idea.
conspiracy, right? Blitzen?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, 1 + 1 = fish, and this is a fish. This is fishy.
So Ottawa is sandbagging. That's what we're getting from here.
Yeah,
What
absolutely,
About,
100%.
now, what about Newfoundland? Do you have any opinions on Newfoundland?
No, I think they're ass. I mean, they're not great.
You
They
know
lost
what?
their
He's got
best
a point.
goalie. They weren't really good last season. They were 11th at the end of the season. They only had a good goalie who just never got subbed out because they didn't have anybody else. But otherwise, they just need to start trading away whatever they can and just start drafting as many picks as they can, and hopefully they stick.
I'm ready for the timber thing. By the way, finally.
Oh yeah, go for it.
I think I might have figured out what happened. Travis may have gone temporarily inactive because in the sim he has updated his stats, and in the on the ratings page it still says he only has 350 TP applied as a 4th-year player. Or I'm sorry, 3rd-year player. So I think he fixed it, but those numbers won't go into effect till Sunday. So, or yeah, because on the portal he has 425 used. So that explains. I think they have 2 350 goalies and they're playing the one that should be the starter. He's just underperforming.
Sounds like he did go AFK for a while, and then
he might off season took some time off and never came back to actually.
Yeah, and then he was just probably getting bombarded by their team and be like, "Please come back!
Please do things. We need you.
We can't have you on the 3rd line." Speaking of 3rd lines, let's go to San Diego.
Speaking of 4th line.
4th line, you mean?
I was referring to something else.
San Diego. Oh boy, what is going on
San Diego.
No, they're on pace to be better than Thunder Bay last season.
No. Thunder Bay finished with 30 points.
The thing about it, though, Thunder Bay also lost the first 15 games.
These
guys
at least got to overtime.
They were just warming up. Then
These guys at least are getting the overtime.
Then, like the last month of the Sims season, they blew it out of the water.
Yeah, we figured it out. We understood it now.
They sandbagged and then realized that there was no point in sandbagging and finally tried.
Yeah.
Now, do we think San Diego has what it takes to pull a Thunder Bay?
No.
All right, we're all in agreement then. And I can't wait
to. I don't know
if
they have the resources like Thunder Bay had resources.
That's a fair point. I mean, when I take a look at San Diego, I'm looking at some of the players here. I don't really see anyone I'm too impressed with. You know, I mean, their best player as of right now, just by points would it be Joshua Martin? 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points, and he's got a plus minus of -7.
He's not their best in points. It's plus minus. Their best in points has a whopping 12.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes,
So
best in
sub
points has
1
12.
point per game.
But their plus or minus, it seems like actively on the ice, their most consistent is Joshua Martin. He's out there almost the most as well. I mean, he's actually, no, I'm taking a look at this now. He's actually got some of the least amount of ice time, only at 220 minutes. That's probably why he's so high up there.
Can't get scored on if you're not out there.
This is true.
Yeah.
Joshua, be happy with your minimal minutes there, my friend. You're looking the best on your team right now.
But it's like look at their goalies.
Oh, I mean, when you take a look at their goalies, I mean,
there's teams worse than them. Like Colorado. Colorado has the second worst goalie tandem in the league.
Correct.
And these two goalies have a 5.1 and an 8.5 goals against.
Correct.
Like,
this is more so
something's wrong.
This is more so a problem with your defense rather than a problem with your goalkeeper.
Counterpoint: they have the third best defensive core.
Okay.
Hey,
This
all I'm
is-
gonna say
Let me rewind
to
a bit.
you guys in the title, you guys need to get lower in that plus minus. Because my first season I was a -30.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Look
true.
where I'm at now.
Yeah,
This
now
is
he's
true.
a
You guys-
championship holder.
this is true.
Exactly. You guys need to get, just don't even just sit at midline, let people go by you, score the goals, and then you guys will do a whole lot better next season.
San Diego, what you need to do is you need to draft 7 rookies next season. And then soon you will be good, just like St. Louis.
You know what's really
You know
nuts to
what?
look at?
Yeah, because they need to be high tide.
Yeah.
There's your slogan.
I'm literally looking up this team on FHM now because I'm curious. I just noticed their fourth. It's their fourth year center. D Centerman.
Yep.
The fourth junior. God, I love how long his name is. He has no points in 13 games, averaging 20 minutes per game. That is
He's
Zero,
just there collecting a paycheck.
0.
0 points scored
Wow.
on 19 shots.
Well, even their
In-
right winger, Scott Escobar, this is his first season, but he still has more points.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, there's something weird going on with the fact that
It's not for a lack of
He-
trying, because he's put up almost 20 shots on net. I mean, he's just
and
Wait a
he
second.
is
missing.
Do you guys see what I see with D Centerman?
what?
D Centerman.
He started in season
This is his
79.
fourth year. Yeah, this is his fourth year.
79, 80, 81,
1,
82,
2,
83.
3, 4. This is his 5th season.
I got him at 4, at least in SHL. Or in
SFJHL,
in-
he
He only-
played in the 79th, the 80th, the 81st, the 82nd. He should have graduated, but now he's still here in season 83.
Maybe
He only
it's
played
because
12.
he only played 12.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they're giving. So do you think he just promotes to SHL at the end, or like before the end of the season, or do you think he gets?
No,
to finish
because
out the league?
if you look at 79, he was capped. He only had 149 applied. 80, he still was under 200 applied. So they are following the same thing. Like 79 and 80 were his first season, basically.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But looking at his stats and his role ratings,
Mhm.
they got him playing Gretzky's office as a 4.
Oh,
He has no shooting stats. He is straight up defensive center, like grinder level, or even a defensive forward. He should be playing in a shadow position because he has some ridiculous stats. Like I just lost him on my sheet. I accidentally left clicked one too many times.
He has
15
14
checking,
blocks.
15 faceoffs, 14 hitting, 14 positioning, 15 stick checking, 15 defensive. He is defensive all through and through. 14 strength. Offensive ratings are okay, but like he should be.
better.
He should not be in Gretzky's office. He should straight up be harassing the goal scorers on the other team.
Now,
And
let's not give them any ideas here.
I mean,
we can throw a dog a bone.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, might as well see if I. What do you think? Do you think from anyone from San Diego even bothers with our podcast? I don't have any connections there. Do you guys
I
have
mean,
connections there?
it'd be nice if
They'd
they
be
did.
smart if they did.
I mean, yeah. They'd get all the secrets like all of our lovely viewers do. Anyone who listens to the Fourth Line podcast, you get to hear our secrets.
Plus, you
Wait,
get
but
to
how
hear
will those
things
that
are
don't watch
true.
the podcast know that we tell secrets?
Dude, they have no idea. They just know that
You know
we have
what?
secrets.
That's on them. That's on them. If they don't know, there's not much we can do.
Yeah.
I mean, we
you-
give them every opportunity.
And you
Oh,
know
yeah.
what?
I
You
mean-
know who else has every opportunity? The Simmer. Now let's talk about this real quick. This is a little bit of a funny
Which
topic
Simmer?
here.
'Cause
Any of them, because none of them
You
are
have
ever on
drawn
time.
our ires, Simmer.
You have drawn the
It's
ires
over
from
for
the Fourth
you.
Line podcast, all of you. Now on Tuesday, I get it. Technical difficulties, I completely understand. But when you say starting time 8, I have time to open the stream at 8, go make popcorn, take a 15-minute shit, come back, stream still not open, go back, get more food, come back, stream still not open, to the point where it's like sim time starts whenever we feel like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
Hey,
to be
Wad,
fa-
you know what? I'm gonna be on the defense of them. If you want to do it, why don't you apply?
Yeah, why
no.
don't you sim, huh?
I already do too much.
Yeah.
I do too much.
Sure you do.
I am considering applying it myself because I thought it was kind of fun.
Oh, actually, I was kind of talking with Evil about this. We all should apply for it. Then we can
Oh,
do the
God.
podcast.
Oh yeah, I already did the fourth line invades the broadcast.
When did you do this?
Yeah.
Oh no, I sent it to a couple. I think I put it in our group chat. Yeah, it was the really odd thing that Deli clicked on. He's like, "Yep, that's loud."
Oh yeah,
The,
yeah.
Always Sunny thing.
Yep.
Hold on. I want to take a step back because we were talking about how all of our teams are doing. We skipped by the top 3.
Did we?
Yeah, but
literally
they're
said
kind of
no-
the same.
Yeah, we don't.
No.
No, I don't want to
No.
talk. No, I don't want to talk about him.
No.
No, I don't want
no.
to talk about him.
We
No.
are talking about Deli's fucking class, like Hall of Fame level performance.
No,
right
he
now.
could talk about it when he comes on the pod.
Okay, fine.
True.
But no, I mean QCC, St. Louis, Great Falls, they were title contending last season, and that's exactly where we expected them to be again. At least that's where I expected them to be again. Are we all in the same boat there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't think GCC should be near the top.
You
apparently they're
have not
rebuilding
thought
anymore.
that once since we've started.
Seeing what I see, I don't think we'd be up at the top again. Why is Deli messaging me? Who messaged him?
No one.
Wasn't
That's
me.
funny. He's literally typing to me right now.
Oh.
Okay, fine. I guess we won't talk about Deli's 1.1 goals against.
I
No,
mean,
he can, like we said, he can talk about him.
yeah, he can talk about it when
We
he
can
gets
talk
here.
about Ellie's 3
and-
losses.
and his-
75%.
True, we could talk about that.
Yeah, I do
Great
want to
Falls
bring this
Lawson.
up because that is something I do want to bring up.
Alright,
I looked
alright,
over that freaking team, and Deli gets the worst goal support from his team when he is out there. He has a 1.15 goals against. 2 of his 4 wins were shutouts. Maddie and he's 4-3. Maddie has a 311 goals against and is 6-1. That team
Well,
literally gives him goal support of like 0
out.
to 2.
The thing about it is, it seems like the team's actually rallying behind Tyler Bodega, but Maddie is just so good that he's overcoming it.
No, I think it's the
Ooh.
other way around. I think the
don't
team's
think
rallying
it is.
around Maddie and scoring for him so he can allow more goals, whereas Deli has to be on stand on his head, get shutouts just to get some wins. He's literally number 1 in the league in goals against, and he's 0.006 behind Kelowna's goalie for first in save percentage. Like he's having a ridiculous year right now, and he should be like first in wins too, but he has no goal support when he's out there. He had 1 game where they scored more than 3 goals. That's what I want to say about that. I don't know what's going on over there, but they average 4.3 a game as a team, and I think when Deli's out there, they average like 2. Rant over.
So what I'm hearing is Great Falls could absolutely sweep the league if they start getting their shit together when
If they
Tyler Bodega's in
believed.
front. Yeah, if they
They are
believed a
going
little
to-
more.
They are going to be a huge threat next season.
Oh,
A huge
doubt.
pain in my ass.
no doubt.
Also unrelated to that, both of St. Louis's goalies have the exact save percentage
Oh,
or exact same save percentage.
Incredible.
I thought was kind of funny.
yeah.
That is kind of funny, actually.
But at
Yeah.
least with St. Louis, we have the most goals scored in the league.
There you go.
Yeah, you guys do. You guys,
That is pretty
always,
good.
Always score a ton.
Yeah.
I mean, you are
Which helps me
you're
off
shooting
a little bit.
44 shots a game.
To be fair, I've been
You
pissed
miss
off. I've been
100%
playing
of
out
the
of my
shots you don't take,
fucking-
bro. Come on.
Yeah,
I've been
and
playing
Smalls is
out of
out.
my
Smalls is
fucking
out there
ass.
doing it from their half.
And what's crazy is I'm still not getting stars. I think I got 1 star in all of our games.
Listen, man, if you start
13 games.
if you start getting in fights, you'll start seeing your stars.
You literally replaced Gene in the nicest way possible. You have literally replaced Gene as like the block shot king. That
was the plan.
Yeah, and it's working, obviously.
But I don't think I am playing that position though.
Let's go check. I have it over here. What was she? She was for the role.
Glass cleaning defender or
Crease clearing?
yeah, crease clearing.
You're a crease clearing defenseman.
Oh, am I? Huh.
I also want to point out you're on the first line.
Am I now?
Yeah, you're on the first line for power play, for penalty kill, and on 5-on-5 now. So congrats.
Thanks. I finally got the promotion that I deserve. I mean, thanks for believing me, everybody.
So,
There you go.
I didn't want to bring it up, but I looked at. I looked on the third line. I'm like, it says quarterback and shutdown defenseman, and it doesn't say Smoke and Jay Cutler. Yeah, you're playing with Ryan Fishman, and I think it's working because who is this? Sorry, I'm just looking at your team. Who the heck is this?
And while
This guy.
while you're looking there, Evil, I think as the Fourth Line Podcast, it's time for us to do our little sponsor. And gentlemen, today I have a sponsor.
No way.
Today's episode
Wait,
of the
I was
Fourth
told
Line
we couldn't do
Podcast.
sponsors,
Oh,
Yeah.
no
sponsors
worries.
anymore.
By who?
By you.
You.
Don't worry, it's a bit now. At this point, it's just a bit.
Oh,
This
It's
today's
only
episode.
been a bit.
Today's episode of
I
the Fourth
haven't
Line
seen a dime
Podcast
out of all this shit.
is sponsored by Wisp Be Gone, the anti-ghost spray. Tired of spectral freeloaders moaning in your attic at 3 a.m.? Sick of haunted toasters ejecting your bagels in Morse code? Introducing Wisp Be Gone, the only ghost repellent spray approved by 3 out of 4 mediums, and one guy named Doug who swears it made his haunted Roomba stop summoning the dead. Just 1 spritz of Wisp Be Gone, and your house goes from paranormal activity to paranormal non-existence. It's like Febreze, but for the spiritual realm. Wisp Be Gone uses proprietary spectral banishing technology powered by cold-pressed sage from angry herbalists, holy water sourced from a blessed slip and slide, and just a dash of sass. No more ghost groans, phantom piano solos, or doors closing like you're in a low-budget horror film. Order now and get a free bonus of our Pocket Poltergeist pouch for ghost emergencies on the go. Using special code 4th Line, you could save up to 20%. Please do be aware, this is not FDA approved. Do not use on vampires. Side effects may include existential dread and temporary British accents.
oh, well, there's some rough side effects.
They are quite rough, but
But I will say that Doug guy, he sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
listen. It says 3 or 4 mediums, and Doug does know what he's talking about.
Hey, so when you go to post this episode,
Yep.
could you tag Toaster and just put that little bit in there? Just that one little line.
I think I have to now.
We love you, Toaster.
I'll let Toaster know that there's something funny that they should listen for. But something
Yeah.
that is
He's our only person fan.
Literally.
Before we jump into the next thing,
Yep.
I just want to, because we were talking about the season so far.
Yep.
If you look at the spreadsheet,
Yep.
You'll notice a big blop of the standings.
Mhm.
I think there's something going on with home field or home ice advantage. Teams this season are 70, 24, and 6 at home,
Oh.
and only
Yeah,
30 wins on the road.
St. Louis is 6-1, 6-0-1.
I
at
know.
home.
Quebec is 7-0-0. I mean, there's literally
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Kelowna.
five undefeated teams, and then San Diego doesn't count. On the other side, like literally every other team except for Kelowna has at least 3 wins at home, regardless of the number of games they played. I was
Well, time
looking at-
out.
yeah.
A funnier stat because of that. If you look at San Diego, their only 2 overtime appearances have
Yeah,
been
we
at
move those to the win column basically for them. But yeah, no, what I'm saying is like this is something that didn't happen in our first season. Our first season, home and away, was not this drastic of a win loss differential. I was looking at it because I was looking to see how Quebec, Great Falls, St. Louis were all doing, being at the top of the list, and I'm like, is it because we played more home games than another team? But we've all basically played the same amount. And then I saw that like the most wins by any team away is only 4, and that's Great Falls being 4-2, and then it just drops off. I'm sorry, and Colorado's 4-0 on the road. But I was just like, being on the road 30, 67-3, being at home 70, 24-6. I don't know why the sim engine seems to be this way. I wanted to look at last season, and it was the same kind of thing where home ice is a huge advantage. So I'm a little concerned about. I don't know if it's just something with the sim engine or something that they might be able to look into, if it was supposed to be like this or whatnot. But yeah,
And you know what? That's
yeah.
something.
Well, I guess GM strive to be first in your conference by the
Yeah.
end of the season.
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of what I was hinting at. Is like, except for last season's playoff, my series with Yum, where the home team won 1 game. By the way, the sim is late today.
Oh wow! You
Anyway.
have
Would've
drawn
guessed?
the ire of the Fourth Line podcast. Let it be known.
real talk. Speaking of them, Ace, I absolutely friggin' love him and his utter hatred of
Being on time.
No, he was the only one this week that was on time. Actually, it was kind of funny. But then he had to deal with, God, I hate trying to say his name. Seth Asterico, Goslav Chinali.
We don't have to go that far, bro.
Saying his name every time he got a first star in that sim. He went 3 for 3 that day, getting the first star.
Oh, that's funny.
And it was just like, you can't even see his stats because his name's so long. He's first star because his name's long.
But to bring it back to the playoffs last season, if we didn't have home court advantage, I do not think St. Louis would have won.
I think it would have been really interesting if every game was on neutral ice.
Honestly, yeah. Force the teams to play at another stadium. It only makes
because
sense.
there was so many times that we go twice we went into Game 7, and that's where we won at.
Yep.
For
all we know, Tampa or Thunder Bay could have won.
Yeah. This is true. All right, guys. Let's start diving into our ×2 media for this week, just so I can put that lovely tag on there.
Fine.
I know. ANC. They are this week's ×2 media. We skipped over them in our little how are the teams doing because we've got some things to talk about here. First and foremost, okay.
Do you want to start us off?
I absolutely do.
I think you need to make a statement.
Yeah.
It's not so much a statement, more so I'm going to preference this. If you guys do not know by this point of listening to me ramble and talk out of my ass for the past 3 or 4 months now, I know little to nothing about hockey and have been learning more about hockey through this sim. I do not know anything about tactics. All I know is that certain players need to be playing in certain positions because if they are out of position, they're going to play like dog shit. Agree, right? If you're not in your right position,
Yeah.
right, okay. So when we're talking about ANC, the first couple of weeks, tell me why our arguable best player, DePyro, or if you ain't first, Love him. He came with me to ANC from Vancouver. He's doing everything he needs to. Tell me why a right wing, immediate amazing goal scorer, is playing first line defense as a left back, like as a left defense. Your
Logically-
strongest right wing as a left back.
Logically, you would think that if the player is your best scorer, he can be a better sniper and therefore score from the point. However, this is a sim engine, and the one thing this sim engine really loves is numbers. And one of the numbers, as I was trying to pull him up on my lovely list over here, if you ain't first, right?
Yep, if you ain't first.
So he has a shooting accuracy of 15. That means he is pretty snipey from within 15 feet of the net.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's 15 feet. It could be 15 meters. 15 meters seems too long, though. Anyway, it trails off the further away you get.
Mm.
The other stat is shooting range, which is how far away in meters you can shoot before excuse me. It's how far. I'm just gonna read it from the friggin' sim engine because it's easier. It's the maximum range approximately in meters, assuming the goaltender is in the crease, from which the player shoots at peak accuracy.
Yep.
This is limited to, I believe, 12 or 13 for forwards. He has 12, which
Yep.
gives him 36 meters. We'll make a nice round number 35. I'm actually looking at the dimensions of the line.
Mhm.
So Smalls knows from experience. All right, Sosa, Jay Cutler, whatever your name is nowadays. You're shooting. What is your shooting? Your shooting accuracy? Do you know offhand? Your accuracy
11.
range. Is your range 11 too?
My range is 10.
Okay, so you're shooting with that might explain the low shooting percentage, but you're also not shooting as much this year, so who the hell cares? You're doing great. Defenders are going to shoot from the point. They're especially if they're snipers. The whole thing is they're going to try to snipe a shot in. The blue line is 15 meters away from the net.
Mhm.
So actually, it's a little bit more than that. It's about 17 meters. Yeah, math failed me there for a second. So he's shooting with not peak accuracy because he doesn't have the range.
Correct.
That's why he didn't score until I think the last sim day.
Now
I'm pretty sure we said he was held goalless.
He was goalless until just the other night. Yeah. Now, if I was in charge, first and foremost, we would be in last place. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't have any tactics to this whatsoever.
No, San Diego's still there.
San Diego, maybe I'd do a little bit better than San Diego, but who's to say? If I was in charge, because Dr. Wad can be played in two very different ways. If you want Dr. Wad to play on the wing, you've got to have him as a counterattacking forward. He's a great playmaker, but you have to have him as a counterattacking forward. But Dr. Wad plays best as a center. Since I was at Vancouver, I never once played a game at left wing. I was always a center, built as a center. I was actually going to change position before I was drafted over, but I did not because there's like 6 centers at ANC right now. If I was in charge, this is what my first line would be looking at ANC right now, and I could guarantee you would see a huge increase in potential for ANC just based off changing this first line, and that would be the only thing I would change right now. If you take Luka Lilja and you put them over from right wing to the left wing, there will be no ability drop with Luka because they're left-handed, and you play them as a counterattacking forward, you're going to have a huge offensive beast. I would take myself right off that left wing. I would put myself right into the center and put me at Gretzky's office. Now, I don't know a lot about hockey, but I know since I've been playing as a center for Vancouver, they had me in Gretzky's office. It was the best place to put me. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Dr. Wad has a high face-off, and regardless, even though I took points out of it to redistribute, but I still have the highest on the team. That would help with face-offs, but being in Gretzky's office, I would be able to distribute a little bit better. And then at right wing, I would put, if he ain't first, to Pyro. as a dangler, because that it's arguably his best stat, right? We were taking a look at it the other day, Greg, and it was just it was his best position on right wing.
Sorry, which we're talking?
If he ain't first as a dangler.
Luka. Oh, if
Nope.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
He's either that or speedy forward. Speedy forward's not good, so you go dangler. He's a shooter.
If we
will
would
continue to
switch
shoot.
if you ain't first to dangler, we're gonna see huge numbers, and this is very similar to where we played him over at Vancouver, as he was playing. If I remember correctly, he was either first or second line, right wing, and he was a absolute beast. I remember Shawnee had him playing as a dangler. He was probably our most offensively gifted player. Now that's just right, exactly. That's just the offense. I want to dive quick into the first line defense, very quickly, and then I'll hop off the ANC train for a moment and let you guys have your own words on it. If I were to put anyone in the first line, I would take Cameron. I'd put him right at quarterback. We don't have a single quarterback on the team right now, last I checked. It's a very crucial thing to have on your defense. At least one person in one of your lines should actively be playing the quarterback role.
Who did you just say?
Cameron.
He is your quarterback.
Yes.
No,
Okay.
he is your quarterback.
He is our quarterback. Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. And then I would take Perry Fields, and put them as a two-way defenseman. Keep him at the top. I would put Cameron and Perry at the top first line.
Done.
Perfect. It's already been done. Good.
It's done.
It's done. Great. Maybe my bitching and moaning to our GM was actually heard.
I think a lot of your complaining has actually happened, except for one glaring flaw that I still think needs to get fixed, which
And
I
that
think
would
we
be?
both agreed on.
Cutting Wad.
Wad, you said you need to be center. Your player is designed to be a center, and you showed it last season with Vancouver. That is where you belong. Rocco could stay on left wing, but I would move Luka up to left wing and make them a God, I wish I could click these things a little bit better.
Luka, not Luke.
Yeah, Luka Lidja.
Luka
Should be a counterattacking forward as a second best stat category. He is not blocking shots, but he can do everything else.
Yep.
They should be on the left wing to watch it be centering if you ain't first, and Luka Lidja. And with Cameron and Perry Fields on your first line, I think that'd be great. That is a solid first line. That third line needs to be your players who just are not great.
Your rookies, your second seasoners.
Your rookie second season. The other thing, which we talked about, and this is, I don't know if this will happen because I don't think it's the way that they're building their player. Luke Toussaint has so much potential wasted right now, in my opinion, by having
Luke
18 stamina. No player should have 18 stamina in the juniors right now. I've checked. I talked to a couple other people, and they all agreed that 16 is probably peak, and even then, you probably don't need that. That frees up. I think it was that.
That
I
is
took one
crazy.
point out of something else.
Yeah, it's
Luke.
If he got rid
where
of,
is it?
I think when we took a look at the builds, we took 2 points out of stamina. to
2
put
out of
him at
stamina
16.
and 1 out of offensive read, and
that
that
got
gives
you
him 80 points to
TPE.
spend everywhere else.
Everywhere else.
And like he has no speed. Like his primary stats literally are stamina 18, offensive read 16, fight or strength 14.
Damn.
And I'm gonna pull up
And
the.
If
I'm gonna
you pull up
the doc.
if you pull up my sheet or my screen, I literally have him up, and he's not good in any
I've got this
stat
here.
right now. His best position is literally a playmaker at a 6 because his stats are just so low. Except for his offensive read and puck handling. I mean, if he took, and I think we're theory crafting. Do you have that sheet up by chance?
I do not have it up. Hold on, give me just a moment. I just popped open your stream to pull that up.
Yeah, this shows like his current stats. We theory. Oh geez, I just closed everything. We theory crafted a little bit, and I think I found a nice build that will continue to let him be that grinder, I guess. I mean, with that stamina, he can be out there for probably 30 minutes and be perfectly fine. But be productive in other ways. Here's the weird side of this whole scenario, though. He's still your best scorer. He has 6 goals.
Oh yeah.
He has 6 goals, 4 assists as a player that doesn't really shoot well or pass well.
He's just in the right place at the right time. It feels like sometimes, especially when watching the stream.
But then the confusing thing I have, and this guy just feels like it's going to turn into just trashing like your GM, and I don't want it to come off that way, but like now he's playing third line left D.
Oh, stream's paused.
What?
Oh, there we go. Never mind.
Okay, that's weird. Yeah, it's he's now playing third line D, left D
Ooh,
for
should
some
I?
reason.
I probably shouldn't be streaming this, should I?
Oh, this is just stuff that you can get from the website. There's
Oh,
nothing really
alright.
special to this.
All right, gotcha.
This is something you can get just by simply downloading the index file.
Yep. Okay. All right. Never mind. then.
Yeah. So I mean, if in a perfect world, I would have Luke still on somewhere in the offense. If they're willing to make the changes, move that ADTP around,
Mhm.
find wherever you're lacking. I mean, if you're lacking a passer, have him focus more on passing. If you need more shooting, which your 20 some odd goals this season definitely kind of says you might need that. That's not the right stats. Yeah, I mean, you guys are 20-ish goals. I mean, that would be where's team stats? Anchorage. Goals per
Number
game.
6. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Now you're number 15. Yeah,
Yep.
2.23 goals per game and 26 shots per game. So yeah, I think at this point, if you could find a way to get him to fill that void in the scoring department, granted he's scoring already, so maybe
Yep.
that's not even that big of an issue. Then
He could be scoring more
Anchorage
with
could-
the
Anchorage
right
could-
rework.
yeah, he could be a 50 goal scorer still this season with changing some points around. He could still be a 90-point scorer this season. And it'll bring Anchorage up. I honestly think if with the right adjustments and adjusting his character, his player specifically, I could see you guys getting out of the bottom half even.
Oh, absolutely. We could make an absolute charge up the table if we wanted to. It's just about making sure that our lines are tight and our players are distributing points into the right spot. That's the only thing.
I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah. Overall, I think ANC has a good opportunity. I mean, we mentioned earlier that the top 3 teams per TPE are not even cracking the top 10. ANC is number 3 for player top TPE average. If our players start distributing their points, I don't want to say smart, like in a smart way, because that would imply that they're not. Yeah, if they distribute their points appropriately. Now, of course, everyone wants to build their own specific character. I get it. That's the freedom of being yourself. I get it. But if you're looking for titles, if you're looking for trophies, you've got to look at what the team needs specifically. Like Dr. Wad, for example, the whole purpose for Dr. Wad is to be a playmaking player. Like whether I do it on the left wing, or which probably won't be a thing. I'm probably going to change directly to a center, barring whatever Figgy wants to do for GM and whatnot. But I think overall, there are a lot of things that can change at ANC, and if we change them, it's just going to be a huge thing.
Top 8 minimum, top 4 even potential. I think you guys could probably make up the difference and be close to at least Thunder Bay where they're at right now with that massive turnaround from last season to even possibly Great Falls, QCC, and St. Louis, because eventually we're going to be beating each other up.
Oh, exactly.
So, Wad, I actually disagree with you a little bit
Go for it.
on player building. Just make the player you want to be. That's absolutely correct.
But don't have 18 stamina.
Exactly. What I'm saying is you can build that up eventually. We're not in the pros yet. Our players are still developing.
Yeah.
We have reserved TPE after the 4th season, so we can put stuff into other places.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, change it up a little bit, because each season you can redistribute 80 points.
Yep, 80 points exactly. And like Evil said, if he takes 2 points out of stamina and then 1 point out of offensive read, he has 80 points to play with. He could up his agility, his acceleration.
Do you have that screenshot that I sent you? Or did I send you a screenshot, or was that just a
You did give me a moment.
I may not have done it. I may not. It might have just been on my screen. Yeah, it was like you dropped 3 points, and
Yeah, here, hold on. I've got it here. I'll pull it up in just a moment.
cool.
I think this is the one that you're talking about, right?
Maybe it had like all the changes that were done. It was like
Oh.
9 stats could have gone up.
Yeah, here, give me a moment. I do have that. This one
It was just nuts.
here. Yeah, let me do this. Bum bum bum, and that right there. Yeah, this is just by getting rid of those 3 things, he can upgrade all of these. His screening could go up, getting open, passing, puck handling, positioning, face-offs. If he puts into face-offs, then that takes the burden off of me a little bit. Acceleration,
Those are
agility.
leftover points.
Oh yeah, these are the leftover points, but he could be huge. Like he could be a really big player for ANC. Not that he's already not. He is the big player for ANC right now, but he could be so much more if he just redistributes points a little bit. That's my ANC rank. I'm done.
Yay!
Well, guys, I think that might be it. Do we have anything else?
I want to know what this is on row 11.
Oh, if we hadn't gone over the 65 minutes, I just wanted to talk about, or I wanted to get Blitzen's opinion on how he did in comparison from season 82 into season 83, what changed, and yada yada yada.
Honestly, I mean, I'm averaging not 9 points through 13 games. Honestly, the really big changes I made were I took points out of face-off because it occurred to me that I really wasn't taking any face-offs. So having any points into a stat that I'm literally not using is just a waste of stats.
Yeah.
It's a waste of TPE. So I instead shifted all of that over to screening, just because I think screening is going to be, kind of important.
No.
And then I think the last changes I made were, shit, I forget what the changes I made.
I want to interrupt so bad.
What? Go ahead, interrupt.
Newfoundland beats Kelowna 3-1. Let's go.
Let's
Huge.
go.
Well, now that the stream
Yeah,
is
I mean,
on.
Honestly, the only things I really updated were, a little bit of my defensive stats and just the swap from face off to, to screening. So, and honestly,
UCC beats Thunder Bay.
It's going to be a bit before, it really shows the work I put in, but I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
Your player's doing great, honestly. Like especially comparing last season. You're
Yeah, and he
doing
is
leaps and bounds better. So I'm not even up. Like I can see you possibly hitting. Actually, I think you could probably match your last 2 seasons worth of stats combined.
probably.
If he keeps playing at the rate that he is, then yeah.
Ooh, Anchorage lost to Colorado 1-0.
Okay, so maybe my bitching and complaining has done something a little bit.
You had 5 shots with 3 hits. You had an 86 defensive rating, and one of your guys had a friggin' 99 defensive rating in a loss.
Oh hell yeah!
And no cheese tax.
All right,
Dakota Glover.
before we get
My
too
God,
far
he's
into
so
what we're
good.
doing, hold on. Let's wrap
Oh
up
yeah,
here. And
I'm
then
off
let's
the
get
rails.
into the
Smoking Jay Cutler with an assist.
Someone give Evil his meds. Someone
Point a
give Evil
game,
his
baby.
meds.
A point a game.
All right, everybody, thank you for
Watch out,
joining
three
into another episode of the Fourth Line Podcast. As always, I am your host, Dr. Wad, joined by Greg Evil, Smoking Jay Cutler, and Silver Tarandis. And as always, we'll see you in about 7 to 10 business days. Take care.
Have a good one, y'all.
Peace.